Hello YouTube! Patch 4.2 is the 3rd anniversary of Star Rail, but it is also the 2nd anniversary of my vertical free-to-play account, which I started in April 2 years ago. Back then, the community was very negative about vertical investment, so to denounce the evils of meta-slavery and horizontal investment, I started the journey of only investing in my favorite characters by pulling Firefly Break and Feixiao Follow-Up. Every time a banner had something for these two teams, I pulled an upgrade for them, and although things got tough in Amphorius as we lost follow-up and break stage buffs, each Eidolon and Light Cone upgrade made the teams more resilient against the changing meta. In 3.4, we finally got the Firefly E2, and soon after, with the announcement of Anomaly Arbitration, we picked up DoT as our 3rd vertical team. Feixiao struggled for a while without upgrades, but she was rewarded with Dan Hang, and then came along Dahlia for Break, then Swan for DoT, and then Asheville for Feixiao. This brings us to patch 4.2, and what a great anniversary patch it is for this account, because every one of my teams is getting an upgrade. Firefly is our main team, and normally I would pull something for her, but this time she got a Nova Flare that pretty much nobody asked for, so that's going to be the upgrade for her. For the first time, this account won't pull something for Firefly. Instead, we're going to use our saved up pulls to help our Feixiao. Who knows if she will ever get a rerun. So I skipped pulling on Asheville's Light Cone and Eidolon to save up 200 pulls to get her E1 and E2. And for the DoT team, we use our selector to pick Huohuo and replace Gallagher as this team's sustain. How good is 2 years of vertical investment? Let's get right into it, starting with Memory of Chaos. On side 1, let's do it with the upgraded Feixiao follow-up team. Action advance is perfect. After this skill, we can actually ult right away with Feixiao. At E0, this would be wasteful, but at E2, we get so many ults that this is actually fine. Okay. And this gives us our ult. Perfect. Okay, so now we want to make sure that this armor gets broken by Asheville. Okay, so we're going to use this ult here to get the Asheville ult. Asheville ult comes out here. Let's just reposition it. If we follow up here, the armor is going to get triggered by Feixiao, so let's actually just follow up here. Yeah, he follows up here, and now on his skill, he's going to get this. Okay. Great, Asheville got the energy. Enemies take their turns. We farm energy off of them. Okay. Okay, he's overcapped. Might as well kill this guy then. Oh, that's wasteful. Let's see if we need it. Okay. We could probably finish this early with Feixiao. Let's just do that before Robin wakes up. First dragon comes out. Okay, second dragon. Yeah, let's ult here. Break the armor, big chunk of damage. And now we will let him spawn his lances. So let's just kill our own lance first. use up our charges. Action advance ourselves. And here, let's break up some of his armor. And now we can move the bait over. It's going to be quite a lot of follow-ups though. Okay, so this is going to get us to 12.5. So we can do this ult here, just so that we're not wasteful later on. Okay, Feixiao comes out, or Robin comes out. We actually don't want Robin to get this break. I don't really want her to use up this either, but maybe just skill here. Skill here and okay. Yeah, I think we can probably phase him. Okay. I wonder if this gets us an ult. Does, but it actually doesn't matter. Okay. This is fine. We can just use this ult right away. Let him get his glances out. We will get our Astral ult out. Okay. Lances get severely damaged. Okay, so this is doing extra damage to his armor. We can Feixiao ult her own lance. Where is it? It's on the right. Cool. Break that. Ashvale's still on the boss. Yeah, we can basic that. He's going to do his big sword attack, but that's fine. We've done enough work. He gets that back. Does that matter? Let's do one tap here. And then move our bait over. Okay. Probably can just kill this lance with an ult. And then kill the boss. Okay, side 2 with Firefly, of course. Our star. Let's buff Firefly. Don't really have to overthink this. We can break this first. Don't have to wait for the Dahlia ult. We can just skill. Skill the opposite side. Enemy is almost dead, so here we can skill just to get the ults. Skill to get ult faster. Basic, I think we'll just kill it. Okay. Dahlia comes out. Get her ult out. Alright. Perfect. So the enemies are sufficiently damaged to break, so we do that right away. Big chunk of damage. Second attack. Get our action advance with Fugue. Sure. Yeah, this is fine. Just basic here. We're not farming for more energy. Rabbit is going to be a little late, so we can just wrap it out right away. And sorry, Kafka, but we're gonna kill your Pegasus here. And we're gonna kill you. GG. Next up is Pure Fiction. Alright, side 1, let's do it with the DoT team. We could do this with follow-up. And you'd probably get around 37,000 from what I tested. But the whimsicality in this Pure Fiction is pretty bad for follow-up because it's based on basic and skill, and follow-up obviously doesn't do that. So let's just do it with DoT. Get a high score for it. The nice thing about the DoT team is that it sort of has a permanent job, because being an AoE focused team, it pretty much always have some role to fill in, Pure Fiction, even when it doesn't have whimsicalities or turbulences that favor it. Okay, so here we probably can just focus on maximizing energy and speed. So here we will ult first and then Swan ults. Yeah, all these enemies pretty much get one shot even without the Swan buff. Okay, now let's get the Swan ult out. Our DoTs will do more damage, which is probably mostly nice for the passive damage like this. Okay. So here we do want to do this for more punchline. Just make sure we get that killed. And follow to our ults. Okay, last enemy. What can we kill? I think this gets us a kill. Cool, next wave. Rough. So we're gonna lose a little bit of... We can wait here, actually, for Huohuo's turn. Just get this follow-up out of the way. Okay, let's get this follow-up. Here we just focus the enemies. The main elite. The enemies will die pretty quickly from all the AoE. Yep. Plenty of skill points. We can skill here. So here, Swan probably doesn't need to skill right away. We can do a basic for now. Yeah, because Kafka's going to need that skill point. And I think Swan's going to get to her ult with Huohuo's ult. Okay. A bit of wasted energy, that's alright. Okay. Detonate. Get Huohuo's turn. Keep. Again, we're going to lose Huohuo's ult here, but this part is not going to do a lot of damage, so we're not that scared. We can just ult here. I think this is going to kill the enemy. I see we didn't take much damage at all. And I think this just kills it, or it gets pretty close. Perfect. Okay, so we're on to the next stage. Do we skill here? Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Aha moment does damage to the armor. We do want to focus fire this armor just to break it before the Mad King's turn. So I think this gets us to an ult. I'm gonna Huohuo ult after all of this. Okay. I'm gonna do this skill first, just to be a little bit more optimal. And then I'm going to Huohuo ult. And then I'm going to Swan ult. Okay, so now the archers are gonna do a whole bunch of damage to us, but we actually like this. Gives us more energy. Okay, come on. Hit Kafka. Hit Kafka with the follow. Get her the ults. Nice. Perfect. Heal everybody up with our own ults. Cool. Get your armor back? Okay. And we start breaking the armor again. Cool. Okay. Again, so it's unfortunate that the dice are resistant to either lightning or wind. We're not getting full damage that we would like, but better than nothing. Better than nothing. Okay. Nice, good hit. Dice are gonna hit us, or arrows are hitting us again. Cool. I wonder if Kafka gets her ult with this. Not quite. She'll get it with this though. Okay, on to our last cycle. She's at full energy. She can just basic here. Get her ult back. Ult again. Gonna get an ult here with this archer. Great. Okay, so we're in the last cycle now. It's going to do a big attack and go, what, to 12 armor, I believe? Yeah, this is the 12 armor stage. Okay, aha moment goes out. Nice. Get our ult back. Keep focusing this armor for the bonus damage. Cool. I think this will get us an ult. Yeah, great. Okay, we lost our whimsicality, but I think we can get it back pretty quickly. Big hit, and it's over. Alright, side 2. Let's do a quick clear with Firefly. Don't really have a great whimsicality here, because it doesn't buff break, it actually just buffs skills, but Firefly does plenty of skilling, so that's fine. We're gonna get some advantage out of it. At least like we'll be able to trigger it. But realistically, we're just going to skill here and action advance. Here, this will kill the bug, so might as well spawn a new bug. Okay. You can do this. This is probably more efficient. Kill the bug on the left. Great. Get our second attack. Kill the bugs as well as get more punchline. Dahlia turn will get us an ult. There's an argument for not using this ult here, but I think it pushes the wave pretty aggressively, so might as well. Yeah, we're into the next stage already. Cool. Okay. I think we're going to get extra energy for our fugue, which will get us our action advance again. Skill points are doing great. I'll just ult right away. Probably just basic here. Okay, kill one of these to get an extra attack. This is probably should get us another ults. Let's see, does this kill? Or does it get us close to a kill? Fugue, maybe? Okay, let's see Fugue. Let's see what you can do. Probably not a kill though. Fugue's hits don't hit that hard. Okay, Whimsicality actually might kill this though. Nice. Alright. So we're on to the next wave. Okay, so this boss does take more damage once it's broken, but I do want to just keep... for now, we will focus on the boss until it breaks. Like this, and after that we will focus on minions. Kinda wanna rebuff here. We're pretty close to an ult if we get hit once. No, wrong target. Alright. Yeah, let's break this with Firefly. And here we can start focusing on the side minions. Action advance the team. Yeah, Rabbit is far away, so this ult is fine. Here we can basic. Let's see if that gets a kill. Some energy for Fugue is always nice to have. These guys have more health. Let's do it like this. Fresh enemies. Okay. Firefly's fine. Fugue has rebuffed already, but we don't really need to do anything special here. We can just basic and get a ult back. Get a skill point in case we need it later. Cool. These guys have the most health. Let's do it like this. Big hit. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, Firefly's gonna exit her ult soon. I think this gets us just ults. No, not quite. Again, missed it by a couple of energy. Cool. Love getting hit. Does Firefly get back into the cycle? No, right? Do I even wait for Firefly? Might as well. Give her the extra damage of her going back into her form. I could ult right away here, but I actually can just do this for a little bit more damage. Okay. I think this is over, right? Easy. Now, Apocalyptic Shadow. Okay, let's get a buff on Firefly. Hit goes out on Fugue, perfect. Firefly goes right into the stage. She will attack the enemy on the left and then start cleaving down the middle. And these breaks are going to give Fugue her ult, which is nice because she can now do this action advance ult right away instead of having to wait, which is why that first hit on her by the boss in the beginning was important. Okay. Now the allies are going to break these windows, which should do enough damage to spit Firefly out of the stage. Perfect. Kingsha can do her attack, and now Firefly breaks. Everybody gets their ults back. Firefly kills this. Great. Now Firefly's gonna go right back inside. Again, unfortunately, we cannot get a second attack off of this right here. So we will have to wait one turn. In the meantime, the allies repeat the same ritual as before. Get all of the ults out to break the windows. Okay. Now we break them again. So this is going to lower their health, and the goal is to make Firefly kill that stage in only one attack, so her second attack can go on the boss. Let's see if she can do it. And she can. Perfect. Okay, so she can spit out, do a whole bunch of toughness damage on the boss. And now we go into the break. And now we will repeat the same thing as before. Whole bunch of damage. Action advance the team. Get this ult out. Thing is, I don't think this is gonna quite kill, but it's gonna be very close. 1892. Alright, we're on the second side with DoT. DoT can just take a basic here to spawn more minions. And then I think we just start chaining off our ults. So this is going to give a Hysolin's ult. Hysolin's triggers her ult, Huohuo can trigger her ult. Okay, boss is gonna take damage, that's a Hysolin's ult. I think we're gonna get a Swan ult here. Yeah, let's do a Swan ult. Let's do a Kafka ult to spawn more minions. That's fine. She got action delay, that's actually kind of annoying. But we can spawn minions and then do an ult. Detonate this little guy. Possible. No, didn't quite make it. Well, this will get it. Kafka ult. Getting close to breaking the boss. Okay. Just generate more mini bros. Okay, this is gonna get us an ult. Yep. It's a lot of damage. We're not too worried. Oh, who's got the healing covered? The stuns are very annoying though. Okay. We can do this again. This will kill the guy, so this is fine. Okay. I think we're getting like super close to breaking this guy. Maybe like 1 or 2 more kills on the right targets. 1 more. Thank you. Okay. Let's do a Kafka ult first. Okay, Hysolin's next. Now these guys are gonna start dying, so we do want to do our Swan ult here. And just rebuff Hysolin's and Swan. Okay. Can we kill anything now? Okay. Detonate. Secondary. Detonate. Okay, get another ult. Before I trigger this, let me see where everything got spawned, right? Yeah, so we can do this. Do want to spawn another minion. Okay, can we get some damage on Kafka? That would be great. Perfect. Exactly what we were looking for. Okay. One more. Okay, this ult is a little wasted. She doesn't seem that close to breaking with so many minions out. Okay. Swan ult is out. I think this follow-up might get us a high silence ult again. Yeah, it does. Great. Okay, I think we need like 4 more minions and we're good to go. Yeah, keep spawning minions. And keep killing them. Anything dies? No. Can I get away with a basic here? I don't really need the ult. I just want to kill these minions first to trigger the ult switch. So this is more important to me. Okay, perfect. Nah, we didn't get to use that high silence ult. We'll survive. Cool. Final score 1740. And finally, anomaly arbitration. Night 1 we are going to do with the DoT team. Okay. Damage comes out. Here we basic. Do want to focus down this guy. I think we can just get all of our damage out, action advance. Even though it's only a couple of AV, and start hitting. It's unfortunate that this opening wastes energy and follow-ups, but nothing we can really do about it. So here we are going to get our ults. Here we can get away with a basic. And now that everybody is buffed with Swan's ult, we can actually start detonating. Yeah, so we do want to focus down one of these. Having both Rocking Rebels doing damage at the same time can get a little scary. That. Okay, so here we have our heal. Let's get ourselves back up. Okay, big hit, and now we have our ult to counter it, and a second ult to top ourselves up. Okay, we can go skill again. Swan, we have plenty of skill points, so we can skill again. Kafka's turn. Basic. Okay, it's gonna hit us. Yep. Decent amount of damage, but we can counter ult to heal back. Yeah, we can skill here. Okay. Ult. Basic. Sure, basic and ult again. Just to reapply it. Okay, so he's not gonna die here, unfortunate. Hopefully this skill will kill him. It does not. Probably don't want to waste the entire ult, so I'll just basic here. That kills him. And now that we have applied dots to these enemies, now we can use our ult. Let's heal up. So here we want to start breaking these as soon as possible, so that they start breaking up into smaller ascendants. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so she breaks up. Rocker's gonna do a lot of damage. Let's just wait for a little bit more damage to get somebody below half health before we start popping ults like that. Okay. Just to maximize our healing a little bit. Okay. This is gonna kill them. They're going to start breaking up. Yeah, so these are the final ascendant stages. We do want to just be careful with our health bars here. Huohu should get her ult though, so we should be okay. Okay. Swan. Who needs a skill point? Swan's probably the least important skill point here, but I think we'll be fine because Huohu is going to basic. Yeah, so this is okay. Okay. Cool. She gets her ult even before. Gonna do their damage. This is all fine. Can heal up here. I want this follow up here. He's probably the most bulky enemy on this side right now. Yeah, they can't kill us. Ults. Big heal on the whole team. Kafka's going to get a follow up, get another ult. And finish. Okay, night 2 we are going to do with Firefly. Peacock's at 2 out of 6. I'm actually going to hold off on Firefly ult by a little bit. I want this Peacock to be able to actually die to break. Okay. Yes. Okay, so now he's switched over. We should be able to kill him now. I don't. And one more. Cool. I wonder how much damage we can realistically do here. And is it worth using a Dahlia ult? Probably fine. Do we break here? No. But this does. Yeah, this is fine. Cool. Get an extra attack. She's gonna put us into the other phase. Awesome timing. Okay. I think I just ult here with Feixiao right away. Yeah, we'll just get spit out. Okay. Let's see, is this enough to be able to get an extra attack? No. Okay. Yeah, we can just break it here. Rebuff. And Firefly kills. Alright. Night 3. We can do this with the follow-up Feixiao team. Skill, and just dump some ult charges here. But this will action advance the robot to our action value. Hopefully it hits Robin. Perfect. And now let's just ult real quick before the blade comes out. Okay, so Robin took a chunk of damage, but we're not worried because we have Dan's S1. Yeah, so this comes out. Okay, this guy's gonna get action advanced in 3 attacks. So first I want him to get action advanced before I Feixiao ults. Yep. Go ahead. Now he goes into his enhanced mechanic, and now we want to hit him 7 times. I could probably just kill him here, but I want to take advantage of the mechanic a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Don't really worry about that. Okay, please get action advanced. Okay, now he's broken, and now that he's broken, we can ult. Now we're doing extra damage. Okay, other robot. Energy did not quite line up. That's too bad. Okay. Take your turn, and now that you're in an enhanced state, now we're going to ult. I'm gonna also Feixiao ult just to get her back in the cycle inside the Robin ult. Yeah, perfect. I think he's gonna do a big attack here, but we don't really care. Okay. Do I have enough attacks here to get my ult again? I think so, right? Okay, now he's broken. Now, well, inside the Robin ult, let's just do this right now. I think our goal here is to action advance him ASAP. So we can spawn his ghosts. Plus 1 more time, please. Yes. So Ashrael can move his mark to the ghosts. Let's kill 1 more ghost here. The ults now just murderize these things. Yeah. Okay, killed this ghost. Okay, action advance him. Feixiao's outside the ult. Kinda wanna get her back in there. I think I'm gonna have to do this then. And action advance this dragon. Okay, so we're on the right side of Robin's ult now. Spawning dragons, great. Or shadows, rather. Yeah, let's get Ashrael his ult here and then move it over. Do I even... I probably don't want to trigger this. I think I'll just do a regular basic. Okay. No, sir. I want to kill your ghosts first before you decide to make them disappear and stuff. Okay, one more. Alright, and now we're just gonna focus fire him. Yeah. Dragon's at 0 action value. So let's just wait for it to come out. Okay. Yeah, let me just do this right here. And I will kill probably like 5 ghosts before switching over to him. I don't want to action advance him too quickly. I'm actually just not going to hit that. Okay. Yeah, kill the last ghost. Cool. You can have your turn, sir. Okay, Robin's out. She has the skill here. Advances everybody. Who's next? Ashrael's pretty close to his ult. Well, I will do this. And then move the mark over. I still want to kill like a couple. Let's use our ult here so we don't waste charges. Okay, he's got 1 shield left. So I guess this is the last shield. And now we can just start focus firing at him. Let's see. Yeah, you can do that, that's fine. I can bonk you on the head as well. Dragon. Second dragon. Cool. Take your turn, sir. And bonk. Bonk. And we can just ult for a finish. Against the king, of course, we are going to bring our over-invested Firefly Queen. We do get our ults here, but we actually don't want to use them, because after this skill, I just want to make sure that Firefly has some toughness on the ape to skill off of to get her second attack, because the side minions just died too quickly. Okay. So with the ape dead, however, we will action advance here with our fugue. But same story, we don't quite need this ult. So just basic here. And same thing here. I think I might need to skill this just to get the ult. Don't want a fugue breaking, so just get some energy here. And now Firefly breaks. So Firefly broke that. We'll let this rabbit go out. And now we start using our ults just to kill these enemies so that Firefly can get them on her next turn. Sure. Skill here. These are all finales, right? Yeah. Actually, we just want Firefly breaking here, so I think we're basic. And then we skill here. Move on to the boss. Here, we do want to make sure the boss goes first, so let's just basic. Okay. Spawns flowers, perfect. And we start our chain of E2 second skills. Everybody gets action advanced. Okay, this is pretty low toughness. We definitely don't want Fugue to be the one breaking this, so we re-buff. Make sure Firefly gets her E2 trigger. Can ult here. Just to get the debuff. I don't think we have ulted yet. Here, I'm going to actually save this for when the Paramount wakes up. So here we're just basic. And Fugue does not have to keep attacking here, so here we can skill again. Okay, this should... Okay, there's an extra turn with a kill. Perfect. Okay, and he takes their turn. Firefly comes out. We can probably get away with a basic, but there's no real reason to. We're not hungry for skill points like that. So we'll push out a little bit more damage with a skill. And... okay. Saving this again for follow-up. Okay, we're gonna wait for this to wake up before doing this. Yeah, we're just too far away, but can we get this kill? Perfect. Okay. So now Fugue does have to start doing her basics just to keep herself awake. Rabbit out. A little late. This is fine. Let's just do a basic. Okay, Firefly imprints. Maybe I could have waited for this imprint before ulting. Okay, here we can just get away with a basic. Do have to reskill, which is kind of dangerous. Okay, she gets locked up. Unfortunate. But we get our Firefly second turn. And we do get our Fugue ult here, action advancing us. Okay, Flowers respawn. Just keep attacking so we stay awake. Another skill's fine. She does her ultimate. We don't really care. Very scary face, but this is fine. She does break. Big break damage from Firefly. We will lose our cycle here, but it's pretty close. We can just action advance here. We can ult with Linkshire here. We're pretty close to killing this. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit more damage to have waited for the Firefly ult to end. But re-ult, and oh, maybe this just kills. Not quite. Firefly gets the final kill, 3 stars. Very comfortable. Alright, let's wrap things up. The endgame is moving towards 3 stages in all modes, but I think this account is well positioned to do well in this new environment. Obviously, new characters like Dahlia and Asheville were important to make that happen, and key Nova flares and free resources like Archer and Huohuo arriving at the right moment was very helpful. But in general, over the past 2 years, vertical has proven to be stronger strategy than horizontal investment. If this is something that you want to try, I'll do a full video about it later, but the main thing I would recommend is to build around a DPS that has strong E2 Eidolons. My rule of thumb is to look for a DPS that does 2 times as much damage at E2S1 as they do at E0S0, so teams like Firefly, Herda, and Finot. DPS like Anox are strong at E0, but their Eidolons don't help them much, so they have a shorter expiration date. Obviously, all teams have an expiration date. After you get all your characters to E2, further improvement is difficult. Fortunately, I still have a lot of runway with these 3 teams. Break needs Dahlia's Eidolons, and eventually it will get Firefly's E6. Follow-up needs Asheville Eidolons and his Light Cone, and DoT needs pretty much everything, including a long-term replacement for Huohuo, I think. If you have any questions about vertical investment or account management, stop by the Discord. The link is in the description. Subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next one.